All right. Well, the divas are playing with their hair a little bit, right? Helena, it's funny, as we do more and more of these shows, you and I get more and more of the same hairdo, right?
Yeah,
You're
and starting to wear the same clothes too without
Yes,
even.
and I have a white blouse just like that, but I chose to do a different white today. But these are our medical clothes today
That's right.
for releasing medical anxiety, and I'm very, very excited because I get to work with a dog today.
Mm.
So that's going to be very, very exciting, and we'll just make sure that we're on Facebook Live. Um, and I'm sure we are. Do you see us yet, Helena?
Let me just check.
Alrighty, and then we'll get started. This is episode 23, right?
Interesting. I don't have a notification that we have started yet.
Okay, I'll just see what I get. Yeah, sometimes it's just a bit slow to show up
Hmm.
on our phones. Um,
Well, if we are live, hey, someone send us a little message and saying that we are live.
okay, well, I'm sure that we're going to be live. Anyway, I'll just, yeah, sometimes it just takes a few minutes before it actually even shows up for us.
Yes. Oh, there we go. I've got the notification. We are live.
All right, great, great. Yeah, so it's Wednesday morning. It's 9:30. We are the Emotion Code Divas. I am Dana J. Smithers, and my partner is Helena Jenikin. She'll introduce herself in a minute. So we are both emotion code practitioners, but we also have different tools in our toolkit. For myself, I'm a certified law of attraction trainer, so I like to work with a lot of the law of attraction principles, especially when I'm working with people that have perhaps a negative mindset, when we're working on fears or phobias, or they're stressed about something or procrastinating. Could be in business, could be in their personal life, but it's important that we're not only that Helena and I release the trapped emotions that are preventing you from moving forward, but also there are other tools that we use. I'm also a certified sacred gifts guide. So when I work with people that are maybe in transition or not knowing what they want to do next in their life, then I have a program that I guide them through. It's a 4-week program. I'm not the creator of it, but I do guide people through. And we've all got 24, or no, we don't have 24. There are 24 sacred gifts. We all have 3 to 5 of them. We don't want all 24, because part of the great thing about discovering your sacred gifts is you also realize sacred gifts that you do not have. So an example of that is I don't have the sacred gift of hospitality. People that have it love to have people in their home, or if they can't have people in their home, they will meet and greet them someplace else. I have a sister that has that gift, but I don't. So it's nice because I don't judge myself or guilt myself that, hey, why am I not putting on more family functions and things like that? Summer's coming up. Why am I not getting all the picnics together? Hello, don't have the sacred gift of hospitality. All righty. Okay, that's a bit about me. Let's roll on over to Helena. Go ahead, Helena, and good morning.
Good morning, Dana. I am Helena Jenikin, a certified clinical hypnotherapist and a certified emotion code practitioner. I help people, men and women, lose weight, stop smoking. I am the StopSmokingLady.com. I help people stop smoking in one session here in my office on Vancouver Island. And I also help people with medical anxiety. That's dental fears, medical procedure fears, worries, even social anxiety. And actually, what's really wonderful is I've made some connections with local doctors here on Vancouver Island, and they're referring me their clients who have different types of anxieties, and I'm helping them, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, that's just great because that's, so needed. I mean, people can have medical anxiety over dentists, doctors, all sorts of medical anxiety. And Helena's great at using the emotion code as well as her years and years of experience of working with people that do have that medical anxiety.
The emotion code, that when I learned about the emotion code and got certified in the emotion code and started using it in my hypnosis practice, my results were just they're starting to
Yeah,
come so quickly, and people are just finding the shift so gentle and permanent.
exactly. And yeah, so what we're going to do today is something that we like to do all the time. We've got one of our loyal followers, Natasha Paula Samuel. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Suzanne Darnell. Yeah, we'd like to say hello to a few people before we get going as well. And
Kelly
yeah, and
Carson.
sorry.
Kelly Carson's watching too.
Exactly. And good morning. Yeah. So we're just going to go through a quick introduction here of what the emotion code is. So Helene and I are both trained by this person, Dr. Bradley Nelson. He wrote the emotion code book, which anybody can get. And he's got a lot of case studies in here. He actually tells you how to do the muscle testing to release emotions. Um, and yeah, so you can buy this, you can check it out. You can try and do the emotion code on yourself. You could do it on other people as well. But there is, Helene and I are certified, so we've gone through a little bit more extensive training and practice on animals and people as well. So, Helena, let's just jump right into it. So the first sign I'm showing is the sign of permission. So tell me about this dog today.
So yes, exactly. So when we're working with clients, we need their permission to work with them. And in this case, we have a viewer who has a dog, and she has given permission for us to work with the dog energetically.
Okay, and so I'm now going to become her proxy, the dog's proxy. How do I do that, Helena?
Well, what you do is, first of all, you have the owner's permission, and what you're going to be doing is, now that you have the proxy and the ability now to tap into the subconscious mind of either the person or, in this case, the dog, because you're not there in person to do our special testing and releasing technique, we can do this via distance healing because we have their proxy.
Exactly. And so we did ask the owner's permission to let it, so permission, proxy, all of that. But I also needed to know the severity. So why do I need to know the severity, Helena?
Well, we need to know our starting point. We need to know the starting point. A client needs to know the starting point so that when we are complete our session, and when we're checking the severity, that the client also knows the severity. It's the difference. It's an awareness thing. Our intention, of course, is to lessen the severity and, or even better yet, bring it down to a 0.
Right. And I've been told that this dog is at a 10 and it's going to the vet this afternoon. So I'm going to get to work on that very shortly. But sorry, just looking at a comment here. Yeah, so let's carry on. Okay, so we know the severity. This dog is a 10 for sure. I also know the age of the dog. The dog is 15. Her name is Dusty. I used
In
to
New
have
Westminster.
in New Westminster. I didn't have a dog, Dusty, but a friend of ours had a dog, Dusty, and I love Dusty. So I will think of Dusty when I'm doing the work. So I'm going to be doing what we call muscle testing. So this is really key to us being able to remove the trapped emotions. So how do we know if someone is muscle testable, Helena?
Well, we first of all, if we're doing it through distance, like video or email or messenger, even the telephone, what we do is we've asked permission to become them energetically. So we test ourselves first to make sure that we are hydrated, that we can do the work. And then we ask when we test to see when we become them energetically. So the person needs to be, first of all, given the permission, and we need to be hydrated. And it is also very good when our client is hydrated. Yeah,
As
everyone
well. So
needs to
we're
drink a lot of water.
yeah, well, it's hot. Vancouver and Victoria, we finally gotten some hot weather.
Mhm.
So I'm going to be doing the muscle testing today, and I'm going to be doing it on Dr. Brad's emotion code chart. So this is in the book as well. All practitioners have a chart. I also have one on my phone that I can use if somebody calls me and I'm out. I can take a look at my phone. I've got the chart. So we're going to be looking in, Helena, why don't you go ahead and point to column A or column B? So I'm going to be asking the questions today. Are there any trapped emotions that are preventing Dusty from relaxing and being at ease going to the vet? So I'm going to then ask, is it in column A or column B? And then I'm going to ask, is it even or odd? So let's say it came up, it's column B and it's an even row. So I'm going to look at those emotions so it's effort unreceived, is it heartache, is it insecurity, overjoy, or vulnerability? And what I'm going to be doing to test that is I'm going to be using my magnets, and the way I muscle test those is that I put my index and thumb together, so that's nice and strong. Actually, you don't have to hold it hard at all, just very, very softly. And I take my two fingers, my index finger and my thumb, middle finger, and I just ask the question. So if I was asking the question, is it effort unreceived? Well, that's a no right away. I'm muscle testing. We're tapping into that subconscious. Subconscious has got 90 to 95% of all of our emotions. And it's kind of like a hard drive in a computer. It's got all our memories in there. We only operate with our conscious mind from 5 to 10%. So all those trapped emotions that Dusty has about going to the vet could have been trapped when Dusty was even just as a puppy, even as a newborn, even in the womb, and throughout Dusty's life. Something happened that's upset Dusty. Or any dog that's going to vet, or anybody that's got medical anxiety, and it hasn't been cleared. So I'm going to test, is it effort unreceived? Is it heartache? Is it insecurity, overjoy, and vulnerability? And sometimes when we get this word overjoy, I know I had to get a lot of information from it and discernment from Dr. Brad's team at Healer's Library, because how overjoy was explained to me, it's that, okay, let's say I could even use Dusty as an example. The dog was super overjoyed, was jumping, excited, all of that, and really excited. It knows loves to go in the car, and it's getting ready to go in the car, and then all of a sudden it realizes it's going to the vet. So all of a sudden, all that joy that was so joyful, kind of like a kid at Christmas, right? You've opened all the presents, the joy is there. Now it's like, okay, which one do I play with first? Oh, do I have to give some to my sister, my brother, or, do I have to write thank you cards? Or like all this stuff takes away from the joy, and that's what we're going to remove. So we would do that by using a magnet. And Helena, which magnets? Oh, we got the same ones today. Okay. Yeah, we often have different ones. But what we're going to do with the magnet then is, this is actually very scientific. You can look up a lot of YouTube videos on this, but we all have energy centers in our body. We have the governing meridian, which is the big one. Acupuncture works with all our energy meridians. I work with chakras a lot. So what we're doing is, let's say the emotion that came up for Dusty was overjoy. So I'm going to find out, can I release it? I get a yes. So what I'm going to do, since I'm the proxy, I'm now Dusty's subconscious, and Helena can demonstrate this as well. So what we're going to do is remove it by demagnetizing the emotion. So we do a swipe from just above our lip to the back of our head, and we do that 3 times. And that's demagnetizing that emotion of overjoy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check, did I release it? And if I get a yes, then I can move on to the next one. And if it's something, now, you may not know this, but you can inherit trapped emotions from your parents, their parents, their parents' parents, their parents' parents' parents, and on and goes from your mother's side and your father's side. Animals do the same. So I could find out, if I find out, does this emotion belong to Dusty? If that's a no, then I'm going to say, well, did it belong to Dusty's mother? I might get a no. Dusty's father? I get a yes. Then I go, is it Dusty's mother's? Dusty's mother? No. Is it Dusty's father's line? And then I'll just go down until I get a yes. And then if it is, then Helena and I would do demagnetizing 10 times over our head. Now, if somebody is with us, we can take the magnets and run them from that governing meridian all the way down their back, all the way down their spine. But since we're doing a proxy, Helena and I both do a lot by phone. We do it FaceTime. Sometimes it's even on Zoom or Skype or something like that. And sometimes we'll even get an email if we've been working with someone and they just need a little bit of fine tuning. Now, because Helena has an office in Cobble Hill, she's more likely to have people in, especially if she's doing some hypnosis with them as well. With that. And then, so that's the magnet. And Helena's already talked about this. The other key area is always us being
Hydrated.
This is my new hydration mug.
Very nice.
Yeah, and it's very good to do that. All right, Helena, I'm gonna. Sorry.
The hydration is really important because even just in daily life, hydration is so important because our body is mostly water, but energy and electricity moves faster through water. So when our bodies are hydrated, the energy work that we're doing is more rapid when we're hydrated and when our client is hydrated.
Okay, so part of what we do on this show as well is we like to educate, inspire, and heal and release a trapped emotion for somebody that's watching. So Helena is going to do the education component today, and I'm going to work on Dusty, but her owner has said that she's so nervous at the vet table, she jumped off the table, which had her tear her hip muscle in her back leg. Hoping for a nicer trip today. Well, I'm going to get to work on that right away, Suzanne, and I'm very confident that I can calm Dusty down, and I'm just going to, actually, I have a little emotion code prayer that I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to grab it from someplace else, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to unplug. I'm going to do my prayer first before I work on Dusty. And hello to Dawn Skewers as well. So I'm just going to grab it. This is unplanned, but I think we need the prayer today. You go ahead, Helena.
Okay. So today I'd like to talk to you about medical anxiety from a hypnotherapist point of view. When I first started my hypnotherapy practice, I had someone come in about a dental fear. And I was perplexed as to why they were afraid, and so were they. They liked the dentist. They liked taking care of their teeth and all that kinds of things. But whenever they went to the dentist and they sat down in the chair, and the dental hygienist or the dentist sat down beside them, they became incredibly panicky out of nowhere. To the point that when they were starting to reach in and do the work in the mouth and stuff like that, she would just retreat. And the procedure would take about 2 times as long. A simple visit to the dentist just was long. And then she left and she would feel so much better and, felt good about the hygienist and the dentist and all that kind of stuff. But the actual sitting in the chair when the dentist and the nurse hygienist came, sat down beside her, that's when it started. Well, we used a technique that's called regression to cause, which is a way for a person to, when they're in hypnosis and they go down into the subconscious mind holds all the information that we need because it holds all the memories. It holds all the emotions. It knows all the automatic behaviors, and so it knows the reason why what is going on. So when the person's in hypnosis, and this person went into hypnosis, she regressed back to a time when she was about 8 years old. And at that time, she was she was abused in the sense of she was locked in a closet by a stepfather, or boyfriend or something of the mother, and the mom didn't know anything about it. And he would just kind of like lock her in the closet when the mom was not there, and then open the closet and get down real close and just tell her, it's a secret. And that was just what happened, and that was the extent of it. But what was happening is whenever she went to the dentist and she sat down, she felt confined because she had to stay in this chair, and the dentist would get close, or the hygienist would close, she would subconsciously remember that experience and that feeling, that emotion when she was 8 years old, when she was confined and felt not in control. Well, during the hypnosis session, we were able to reframe that session, get her power back, and have the adult go back to that child and let the child know that it's going to be okay. And through the different techniques, it takes about 45, 50 minutes, an hour. The release of the emotions and the awareness and the new understanding as an adult that the child got all of a sudden released, rippled through time. So the next time that she went to the dentist, she felt empowered. She recognized it was her choice to go to the dentist. It's her choice to get the teeth cleaned, and it was her choice to have the procedure done. She had done the background information. She felt safe with the hygienist and the dentist and the environment. All of a sudden, she could go to the dentist, sit down in the chair, and felt comfortable when people got close to her. Simply releasing the emotions and reframing a past memory that she had never correlated allowed her to be free from being afraid of going to the dentist. It's amazing. It also helps with people that hypnotherapy can help with children that have to get needles a lot or shots or something like that. And it's very quick little techniques that a lot of doctors actually know about, because I'm part of the International Medical Dental Hypnotherapy Association. It's a long-standing history between hypnotherapists and the dentistry world and the medical world. Hypnosis was used before anesthesia was there, because they knew the power of the mind to create numbing sensations in the body, in the gums, in the teeth, in the arms, and different parts of the body. And it's very fast and very rapid. So hypnotherapy, combine that with the emotion code, is fantastic for helping people feel comfortable going to the dentist, having a medical procedure, a needle. It's just amazing. The other kind of anxiety that I see people for is social anxiety. So when they're afraid to go out in public or work situations, and what I find is usually a 3-session program is really great. We look for and we uncover, we reframe different past events in their lives, get them their power back, feeling strong, building their confidence, figuring out what is it that they really want, how they want to appear in the world. And usually at the end of 3 weeks, a month, they're feeling completely in control of their life. I love working with doctors and dentists because they can also talk to the clients in certain language that I teach them to allow that client to feel secure and comfortable. And I see is working away there on releasing Dusty's trapped emotions. And what I found is that animals respond really quickly. They like to let go of the emotions that have been holding them back, so they can just be that rose, just like uncover that rosebud there, releasing the layers of emotion. And really, and we're expecting that Dusty has a wonderful, calm visit to the vet. I've been successful with my own dog. I have a couple of Westies, and one of them, she is 11 years old now. Right from when we first got her, she was always afraid of fireworks and firecrackers. And so fireworks and firecrackers happen at least a couple times a year, July 1st in Canada here. I've got some US neighbors, so July 4th as well, Halloween, and around New Year's. And she would be so jumpy, she would shake. She would just shiver and shake for a couple of hours at a time. And when I was first learning the emotion code, I just thought, let me just see if I can use the emotion code on her to release any trapped negative emotions that are causing her fear of these loud noises, the fireworks. Well, I did that on October 30th, and then on October 31st, she slept through Halloween, slept through all the fireworks and crackers and whatever. New Year's, not even an issue. It was so fast, so rapid. Wonderful. Just want to say hello to Don Skiers, and also Tiffany. Tiffany is a phenomenal energy healer as well here in the Cowichan Valley. She is an absolutely amazing nutrition person. She has her wonderful. Hey Tiffany, give us your company name or your Facebook page, because I love the work, the nutritional healing work that you do. And yeah, and Suzanne also, I want to give out a shout out to Suzanne, the owner of Dusty. She does wonderful work called Site K. There's so much wonderful energy work coming to the forefront now, and everyone has a different method. So people have lots of opportunities and choices to move through and away from their fears and phobias. There's Tiffany's website, foophilosopher.com. She's wonderful. Just check her out. She's got lots of information. I know that when I go visit her at the store that she works at, she uses muscle testing to advise me on what nutrients that I could be and should be using. It's wonderful. And Dana, I see that you're working. Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity to have volunteers come on the show so we can demonstrate how easy and fast and quick it is to release these trapped emotions that have been causing, pain, suffering, anxiety, nervousness, food cravings, whatever it is. So the emotion code is wonderful. Yeah, Tiffany, the quantum nutritionist. Love it. Dan, I see you've got your earplugs back in. That means that you are complete. Where did you end up with Dusty?
Well, this is a very interesting one. I've never had this happen before. So I'll tell you the ones that came up. Overjoy did come up. So I don't know. Overjoy came up. Nervousness I released. Anxiety. Jealousy came up from the male side, inherited on the male side from the male's dog. So that would be the grandfather dog, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. And then terror came up, and I just wondered, Suzanne, maybe you can let me know, has Dusty ever been any dog fights? There seemed to be a lot of terror around that. I don't know Dusty, so if I was working with Suzanne with her dog, I would have asked some of these questions before, just so I could have a little bit of an idea about, is this a nervous dog? How long has this bothered her, and what's her daily routine like, and that sort of thing. And then creative insecurity came up, and sometimes the emotions may not seem like they go with whatever we're working on, but Helena and I know that we just accept them if that's what came up. So I don't know, maybe you're trying to teach Dusty some tricks and they weren't happening or whatever. Again, I don't know, because I'm not having a conversation with you, but so then pride came up, and pride in this sense is not the positive sense. It's more like feeling too proud to ask or show emotions or something. So I don't know what went on there. Now, this is where it got really interesting, Helena. When I asked, am I done? I got a no. And what the download that I got is that Dusty wanted me to work on Suzanne's.
Bingo. That's happened to me before.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, so Suzanne, in essence, I wasn't working on you, but since I had permission to work on the dog, and the dog is requesting that I work on you as well. So for Suzanne, what came up? Okay, so she's saying, Huh.
She and her dad used to wander off the farm the worst time for 3 weeks. Hmm.
Huh. Okay. So anyway, Suzanne, what I released for you is anxiety and also effort unreceived. So yeah, I really have a very soft spot uh, for animals, particularly dogs. And yeah, so I just did a little bit of prayer work. Yeah, Dusty did. Want me to do some work on you. Yeah. So I don't know what your ritual is for taking her to the vet, but this goes for anybody, Helena. I'm sure you've told your clients this as well. Like kind of run a movie, like you need to get yourself very calm as well, whether it's meditating or whatever, or putting white light around you and Dusty and just, because sometimes when you actually get in the vet's office, it's the memory of the vet's office that you can hear other dogs crying or whining, and Dusty may be reacting to that as well. So when you're there, it's very important, Suzanne, for you too to be very calm as you can. And I don't know if you take any of her toys in with her, or if she has a blanket or something that's of comfort to her, but that's kind of what was coming up for me. Like take something that she likes in with her when you go and see the vet today. So we'd love to know how that works out for you. So please do let us know. And yeah, yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful dog. She's a beautiful dog. And to have 15 years with her, that's a wonderful thing. Yeah. All right. And Suzanne saying anxiety and effort unreceived makes total sense. Yeah, and Suzanne said she's going to balance and do that. Suzanne is also a hypnotherapist, so she.
Actually,
Oh no.
she's a Psych K practitioner.
Oh, Psych K. Okay, yeah. I've had some Psych K on me. So all of these Psych K, whether you're doing EFT or whatever, they all work with energy and energy centers. So same with law of attraction, right? It's every word you say has a certain vibration to it. So especially with medical anxiety, if you can just say, just listen, hear my voice right now. So just breathe in, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out. Because what happens when we get into anxiety is we stop breathing. We tighten up, and our breath is like you're not even noticing. If someone said to you, "Okay, breathe out," right? Because you're not able to do it. So yeah. So good. All right, Helena. Next week.
Yes, next week, big show. I'm expecting a lot of viewers and a lot of volunteers for this one. Fear of public speaking. Do you have it? Would you like to present more? Would you like to stand in front of a group and appear calm, deliver a concise, clear message? Would you like to get asleep the night before your presentation? Actually, Dana, I worked on someone with public speaking fear, and do you know why he had this public speaking fear? It was fascinating.
Huh?
It was that if he was actually going to become good at public speaking, it would have meant a new job, a higher
Okay.
paying job.
Yeah.
But it also meant that he would have had to gone through a security check at work, and there was something in his past that he wasn't so
Oh,
proud of.
wow. Yeah.
And so he was not even correlating the two. So he would all of a sudden just start to stutter and stammer in front of a group of people. So he was sabotaging himself
Wow.
from moving forward. And once we did the emotion code and some hypnotherapy
Yeah.
together, he just like released it
Yeah.
and went for it. And then the security check went easy
Yeah.
and stuff came up
Nice.
that was easily explained. And he moved
Yeah.
on and got that job.
Wow. Isn't that wonderful, Helena? I love that because, lots of times what we think is blocking us, and Helena and I
Mhm.
know this from, we'll start with something that someone wants to work on, and then we kind of go through some layers, and we'll even ask the question, for the person, do I feel it's safe to do public speaking? And right off the bat, if we get a no, then we have to start to work, well, what are the emotions that are preventing this from you feeling safe? So Helene and I are fortunate because we both do enjoy public speaking. She has her great Roxy Madison show. Are you going to say you don't?
I used to be terrified of public
Okay.
speaking, terrified. And I just took baby steps. And
Yeah.
I'll talk about my
Yeah.
flight attendant years and how I gained confidence doing public speaking. But it was you through your coaching, my business coaching with you over the past year, and all the emotion code work that we did that I started to become more comfortable
Yeah.
giving presentations.
Yeah. And even for people, maybe you're timid to do Facebook Live. Um, we will definitely work on you for that. I'm going to do the tips, give you 5 tips to get better at public speaking. So Helena will be working on you. Yeah, but any kind of whether you're even doing a video, putting it up on your website, or doing Facebook Live. I know I've worked with a lot of people that I've coached. That I remember one woman in particular, Patty. She has an image strategist business, and we'd be out shopping. I go, Patty, we got to video this, and she go, oh no. But with Patty, as long as I gave her a bit of a script, she was okay with it. Me, I can be spontaneous, and I'm sure Helena can as well. We can just jump in, whatever. But not everybody can do that. So if that's you, then we want to release those trapped emotions for you. So please do share. Still, this is a fairly new program for us. We love, helping somebody out every week. We try and do different people. And I appreciate Dusty. And also, yeah, I don't know. I just feel such love for Dusty. Um, yeah, Suzanne says that she was overcome with love while I was working on Dusty. And so was I. I can almost feel myself tearing up right now. But yeah, Dusty's such, the animals are such a gift for us. And yeah, Helena, I want you to take a look at a post that I did about Westie t-shirts. Did you see that one yet?
No, not yet. I have, yeah, 2 Westies and I
Yeah,
love them dearly.
I love them too.
Yeah.
I love Westies. I love them too. I don't have a Westie. I have a cement Westie that I painted white. That's all I've got for now, anyway. All right, that's it. We're done. Please share, let people know about the show. I'm going to stop the recording momentarily, and we will post it. Helena, how can people get a hold of you?
People can get a hold of me at my website, which is flourishhypnosis.com/emotion-code is where you can find information on the emotion code. I have a Facebook business page, Flourish Hypnosis, as well as a YouTube channel, Flourish Hypnosis and Helena Jenikin.
Excellent. Okay, and you can find me at empoweredwomeninbusiness.com/emotion-code. And I also have a YouTube channel, Empowered Women in Business. And Helene and I both have different playlists on there because we don't just do emotion code, we do other things as well. So check out her Roxy Madison. What's that one under, Helena?
It's actually on both Helena Jenikin
Okay.
and Flourish Hypnosis, and I have a Roxy Madison comedy hypnosis show this weekend for a high school grad.
Excellent. Yeah, so that's
Fun.
fun. So, you can have a persona,
Mhm.
and that can help as well, right?
That was my starting point, was the
Yeah.
persona.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Costumes. All right. I am going to stop the recording, say bye to everybody for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it. Thank you for the nice compliments. Thanks, Dawn, and everybody watching. And hopefully Sylvia Bellini will watch a replay here. Bye for now.
Bye.